Just wanted to show you a real quick dish that I made. It's nothing fancy, but it's really delicious. Basically what I did was I started off with an eggplant parmesan. An eggplant parmesan is sliced eggplant. You saute it on a skillet with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil or whatever your oil choice is. And then you sprinkle a little bit of salt on it. And then you flip it over. Just enough to bring it to a warmth and soften up the eggplant. And then I added some cheese, and then I spread some marinara sauce with some Parmesan, and added some bay leaves to it, and put it in a pan, and covered it up, put it in the oven about 400 degrees. And I use a small oven, so this is my little small oven here. See? And then for 400 degrees, and then I for about a good 45 minutes, and till it was nice and tender, and uncovered it a little bit so it can kind of brown on top. And then what I did was I basically steam some broccoli, and you don't have to steam it for a long time, maybe about 10 minutes after it's brought to a boil, you know, 5 to 10 minutes depending on how you want to have your broccoli. If you want it tender, you could steam it a little longer, but I wouldn't go too long because then it'll get too soft and you won't be able to maneuver it in your spaghetti. In the meantime, you cook your spaghetti. Just read the package on your spaghetti, and then you saute some cremini mushrooms and then after you saute your mushrooms with a little bit of oil, just a little bit, just enough to cover the mushrooms, and then I would use like I use a sunflower oil sometimes, sunflower oil, which is one of my favorite oils here. And then if you want to add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil or extra I try not to fry so much with extra virgin olive oil. If I'm going to use extra virgin olive oil, if I'm going to saute or fry anything with extra virgin, I'm going to cut it in with another oil. So it'll be 50-50. So you saute that, and then your cremini mushrooms, you add a little bit of garlic. After your mushrooms are done, add the garlic and some flat leaf parsley, which is what I have here. And then I basically just add... let me turn that off so it not get cold here. I don't want it to get cold. And then squeeze a little extra, some lemon in there. You saute your broccoli, and you saute your broccoli, and then you add your tomatoes and your not your parsley, your bay leaves. So not bay leaves, excuse me, basil leaves. And then what I'm going to do, how I'm going to plate this, I'm basically going to put a little bit of my, oops, so just kind of put that on there, and then take it over here. If you want to add some more grated Parmesan cheese, you can. Then I'm going to add my spaghetti on top. And this is a vegetarian meal. And the cremini mushrooms are like meaty, so you don't really need any meat on this one. If you want to do a meatless, dish, then do something with some cremini mushrooms. They have a lot of texture. You have a lot of texture in your eggplant, and I'm telling you, you have a delicious meal in one. And I think that looks nice, so I'm gonna enjoy that. You could serve that with a nice glass of wine. You could either use a white or red wine. If you're gonna do a Cabernet, you're gonna pair it up, do a Cabernet Sauvignon, or a Cabernet or a Burgundy wine would go well with this. And okay, I hope that helps, and have a wonderful evening.